Hey everybody, it's Jason from the Texas Gun Vault 2, and I'm coming to you tonight really tired. Man, today was my first day back, and it's one of my longest working days of the week. And so I had kind of adapted to a Christmas vacation schedule, staying up late. And of course, that first day back is tough because you end up not being able to go to sleep early, and you got to wake up early. And then I worked, like 12 hours. I'm exhausted. So there might not be much gun vaulting. I might go inside and respond to some comments and maybe work on editing some range footage that I have that needs to get done. But I also got to invoice some clients. But when I did get home today, I did have a package. And this is from Brent. I think I mentioned this, that Brent is somebody that works for a firearms company. And he has some military friends, and he knew that I recently purchased the M17 surplus pistol. And he said he has one of the original military operators manuals for it. And that'd be cool to go along with that. So I believe he sent me that manual. So we're going to open it here and see exactly what he sent me. And I also want to say, I actually got my documentation back from my FOIA request, so my Freedom of Information Act request, when it comes to that pistol. And it turns out I have to go and kind of look at it because they sent me all the codes and all that, but it looks like it was in service between 2017 and 2019, and it was in Alabama, it was in Kentucky, and it was at the Picatinny Arsenal in New Jersey. So it was at 3 different places, and it kind of seemed like it moved around. And so it doesn't tell me much about its use, but I can tell you where it was kind of sent to. But there's all these different codes, I guess, in their registry that tell you or tell them what it did. So I have to go look at the information on what all those codes mean. But it has the different locations and what it did there. But unfortunately, it didn't come, the document that I got didn't have that nice DOD letterhead. It was just kind of like a big information spreadsheet. But it's still cool to have, and I am going to print it and save it and all that kind of fun stuff. All right, so let's see what Brent sent me. And Brent is pretty cool because he has some friends in the special operators, I guess, world, and he tried to help track down some parts for my Mark 12 build as well. But anyway, let's see what we got here. Lots of packing peanuts. All right, so we got something here. Is that it? I'll just dump it all out. Oh yeah, look at all those packing peanuts. Okay, so we got some bags here. Okay. Ooh. Okay, so here is that is the operator's manual for the military for the modular handgun system M17 M18 pistols. That is really, really cool. Take a look at that. That's way bigger than the manuals for the Mark 12. This is so cool. Oh man, that is so cool to have. It's in perfect condition too. Oh, that's so cool. That is just neat to have, and I'll have the documentation on that pistol of where it was and so forth. So that's really cool. And we got a Colt. Well, I guess you now know which company he works for. It looks like a catalog. So let's see here. See what new products they have out. And it looks like this is the Colt International Military and Law Enforcement Catalog for 2024. So one of the things I'm really kind of excited about when it comes to Colt is now that they're owned by CZ, I really want to see what they're going to do and how they're going to hopefully innovate, because I do think their ARs are some of the industry standards when it comes to AR-15s and M4s. They're not the most expensive stuff. They're not the the crazy tactical stuff. It's just military type firearms, which I like. But I do think that Colt does need to, I guess, expand their lineup a little bit. They've been making 1911s and AR-15s and single action armies for a long time. I know that's been their bread and butter. But they need to come up with some other stuff. The M5 carbine system, I like those M5s. That's actually kind of a rifle that I am interested in. A little bit on the pricey side, but I do like the M5s. Pretty cool. We'll have to go over this. I wonder, because these have pictures with suppressors. I wonder if Colt's making their own suppressors now. That'd be something that Colt should get into, is making suppressors. Oh, I like that. The FDE Cerakote in Type 3 anodizing. Ooh, I like that. Let's see. Ooh, they're a 300 blackout stuff. The M5 submachine gun. Obviously, that's for law enforcement, but hopefully they'll have a civilian version of that. Oh, it looks like they have a 7.62 by 39 millimeter rifle. I know this might be a little bit boring. Ooh, a DMR. This is really cool. The M16A4 service rifle. They have both with the, I guess, the two-piece handguard, and then I guess it's the Knight's handguard, but I think it's been replaced by what is it, P&S products. But anyway, this is really cool. I like to collect this stuff. You guys know I'm all about this. And then here we have the M4 Commando, and I wonder if the roll stamp on that says M4 Commando. Anyway, that is really cool, but I guess this was all for military and law enforcement. But I wonder how much of this stuff's going to be offered on the civilian side of things. That is really cool. Thank you, Brent. That is awesome. So this is going to be a really cool package to put together with that M17 pistol. And I'll have to figure out a cool way of displaying this and then have all that Freedom of Information Act documentation to go along with it and make like a little, I want to say like a shadow box, but I don't know. I'll figure something out. So thank you so much, Brent. That means a lot to me. So I'll file all of that away. What else can I talk about tonight? Oh, I wanted to talk about something, a video that was sent to me from one of, I guess, the newer friends of the channel. You guys have jokingly referred to him as Full Auto Jack. I called him Jack 2, because you guys know I have a good friend named Jack who's lent a bunch of guns to the channel. Great guy. And then I met this other person who's an SOT, and he's like, hey, I have all these cool guns. Are you interested in reviewing them? I'm like, well, yeah. And he also is going to give me the opportunity to review some like full auto stuff, but obviously we have to organize it where I can go to the range and be there and then like do the kind of the range reports like at his house, because he has to remain in control of any NFA items. But I'm going to see if that works. He actually lives close to here, so it should be easy. I want to see how that would work. But some of you guys jokingly said I should call him Full Auto Jack, where my other Jack is Semi-Auto Jack, because I always call him Jack 1 and Jack 2. But he messaged me, and he sent me a video, I guess, of Mr. Guns and Gear, which I guess I missed the video on the Smith & Wesson 9mm PCC carbine, and he had an out-of-battery detonation. And it got me thinking, because one of the things I've talked about on my channel when it comes to reviewing like PCCs and stuff is I am growing less fond of direct blowback guns, okay? Because they are mechanically simple, and when you shoot a gun like an MP5 or a Sig MPX that has either a rotating bolt or roller locking, bolt heads and all that kind of stuff, the action is so much smoother. But I've been saying, I understand that they cost more, but I believe those guns are way more safe. When I reviewed, or actually had a, a catastrophic failure with my B&T GHM9, I documented all of that, what happened, what B&T said it was when it came to an underpowered cartridge. It kind of got me really thinking then about direct blowback. And I think my opinion on direct blowback firearms for pistol caliber carbines is now the only direct blowback guns that I'm really trusting of are the ones from the high-end companies. Like, I still think B&T makes a fine firearm, okay? But now I really feel like if it's not a B&T, if it's not LWRC or something of that nature, it needs to have a locking system. There's too many safety issues with direct blowback. And some of these companies, I think, are cutting corners. I'm not saying Smith & Wesson cut a corner, because I know these companies put in safeties on the bolts and will have disconnectors and things that are supposed to prevent the hammer from coming down on a firing pin when something is not fully in battery. I totally get that. But I'm seeing more and more of these events with these more affordable guns. And of course, direct blowback is the cheapest way to go. It's mechanically the easiest. You don't have to worry about a locking system. It's just a bolt that moves back and forth. I totally get it. But I think I'm going to start avoiding guns with direct blowback that are PCCs. I may have to do a little bit of research into them. There's a few guns out there that I am interested in that use direct blowback. I don't know. What do you guys think? Did you guys see that video? I know this is kind of a rambly video tonight, but as I said, I'm kind of tired. I just got home from dinner, and I have not had a chance to rest in like 14 hours. I left the house at 6 o'clock this morning, and it is 8:20 at night. But anyway, so that's what's going on. So thank you, Brent, for this. This is awesome. Thank you for this as well. And what do you guys think about direct blowback PCCs? And what do you think about that Mr. Guns and Gear video where a Smith & Wesson 9mm PCC kind of blew up in his hands? Because when I saw his reaction on that, I knew exactly what he was feeling, because he was shooting. You see the gun, the gases just go everywhere, and the magazine just gets thrown out of the gun. And I'm like, yep, I've been there. Been there, done that when it came to that B&T GHM9. And that's not a fun experience, because when you get a bang like that you're not expecting, of course your mind goes to bad things like what just happened? Do I have all of my fingers? But yeah, that's kind of interesting. I'm gonna have to do some more research on that, and I'm just curious what you guys think, and what you guys think about more affordable gun companies that make direct blowback, and do you trust them? I'm curious. I kind of feel like I need to expand this into a video for the main channel. Occasionally I do like a commentary video, and maybe I need to do a video on like roller locking versus rotating bolt versus direct blowback versus radial delay. I believe that CMMG has, and a couple of other things, and why I really feel like we need an affordable, reliable locking mechanism on PCCs, because I don't want to see people having issues like Mr. Guns and Gear had, where things blow up in people's hands because the gun is cheap or affordable and uses direct blowback. Because that would be kind of a black eye on the gun community, and we don't want to give anti-gunners any more reason to go after gun companies or the gun community. But if a bunch of people start getting hurt with stuff like that, that wouldn't be good. Anyway, that's just some ideas that I'm throwing out in my head. So I am exhausted. I'm tired. I'm going to go inside, invoice, do some gun vaulting by checking comments, and then invoice some people. So that's it. That is my night. But hopefully I'll get around to making some more range reports this week, and I got like 2 left on my list. One is one of my guns, and one is one of Colin's guns. Then I got to start getting all these guns back to people. And then I got to go meet Full Auto Jack, because he has a bunch of really cool revolvers for me to review. I know I sound like I'm exhausted, I know. Anyway, but that's all I got for you tonight. Nothing too exciting. Once again, Brent, thank you so much. So let me know what you guys think about anything I talked about tonight. What's the word of the day? The word of the day is operator, because I got the Operators Manual. And we all know that I'm an operator, right? For the M17. So anyway, that is it. So let me know what you think in the comment section below. And thanks for making it to the end of this very tiring and rambly garage gun talk. I'm just exhausted. So, as always, thanks for watching.